Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening to all Jamaicans home and abroad. Welcome to the Lenny Robbins YouTube show. This is a part one of my presentation here, my video posting. I'm gonna discuss a few things here, like the constitutional reform that is taking place, the dualship argument that is happening, and discuss a few things from other presenters that I see. Cliff Hughes did some presentation, which was great. I think Kevin O'Brien was on the program too, and also another lady, I don't remember her name, who gave the story of her coming out of Old Harbour into Kingston in the 80s and had to change. Mom had to go buy her a new dress because she couldn't go, the bus driver wouldn't take her in an orange dress to Kingston. I want to make some comments on those things, but I must highlight this. I want to make an entire presentation on this, so this is just part one of it. I'm sure I'll have part two follow up in a few days after the posting of this video. And I want to start it out by something that I listened to PJ Patterson, a speech on PJ Patterson that I picked up on YouTube. I don't know where he made the speech, but I assume it may be at UWI, Chancellor, one of them places, or some event space at UWI, because I see some people moving around some UWI banners and signs behind him, so I figure it must have been done. But this was all about the constitutional thing, the dual citizenship issue that is right in Jamaica right now. But I just want to say this because initially, the dual citizenship is a hot topic in Jamaica right now. Also, equally hot is constitutional reform. And it's important for us to know that these two issues are intertwined. But I'll just go on to PG's issue because Mr. Patterson alluded to the fact that some definition of what the law says, which is absolutely right, and then he spoke about a gentleman, Mr. Light Barnett, who is one of Jamaica's top jurists and one of the top top person on constitutional law in the country. But I said something about Mr. Light Barnett earlier, or Dr. Light Barnett. Let me be very respectful to you, sir. I said something to you about you earlier in another posting that I made. And I said definitely what you were saying back then, what I read about you or what you said was crap. You really wasn't saying anything. And that's true. For me, I still hold true to that belief that you weren't really saying anything. But now that Mr. Patterson, PJ Patterson, and the ex-Prime Minister has alluded to you as one of the top jurists in the country, I'm going to challenge you something again. Now, what I find, as the law says, Section 39, Section 40, subsection 4, number 2, or whatever the law says about the dual citizenship thing, it's fine. That's the law in the country. But I wonder who wrote that law. Who really wrote it? Because I noticed what the law skirted about the dual citizenship and politics. What it skirted. And we didn't try to avoid. I want to ask this question, sir. If I'm an American citizen by naturalization, I was born in Jamaica, did the Constitution made it clear that if I swear allegiance to America, I gave up my birthright citizen in Jamaica? Did Jamaica Constitution make that clear? Because I didn't see that in the Constitution, and I heard no one said anything about birthright. Now, as it relates to Mark Golding, the only problem I would say about Mark Golding is that if he lied that he was born in Jamaica when he wasn't. But he stated he was born there. He went to school and everything. His father came in the 50s and he was born there. If he's born there, now you tell me, did the Constitution clearly made it clear that he gave up his birthright? Citizenship versus the citizenship of Britain. Does that mean he has no right to be a prime minister? Because if he has no right to be a prime minister, then the law by default is telling him that his birthright citizenship as a Jamaican, he lost that. He has lost that. Another aspect I'm looking at with this dual citizenship thing. Yeah, a man is a citizen of US. Swear oath to the allegiance. And I ask the question again. Does that mean he has given up his birthright citizenship in Jamaica? By law. I'd like you to answer that for me, Mr. Barnett. Mr. Light Barnett, or Dr. Light Barnett, sorry, sir, and also ex-Prime Minister P.J. Patton. You guys can say and can come out and say it. And let us know, let me know. And let the whole Jamaica know. Because if it is so, let us say America rescind the citizenship of that person who got his citizenship by naturalization in America. And if the law in Jamaica said the man had lost his birthright citizenship in Jamaica, America send him back, deport him to Jamaica. Is he a citizen of Jamaica? Why would Jamaica accept him? And that forces me to look at the deportation of people who have been found guilty of offences, both in England, especially in England, and America. People who were just born from Jamaican parents were not born in Jamaica. They were born from Jamaican parents, but the government accept them. So, you tell me if something shady is not going on here. I'd like to know. I'd like some explanation. For once in my life, I really have no special love. I really don't like the PNP government. And I have no special love for the JLP. And I can say I don't love the PNP because my life was turned upside down by the PNP. And I'll come back to that, come back to that with Cliff Hughes' issue. It came out of Cliff Hughes' issue. My life was upside. I have no love for them, for the PNP. The right is right, wrong is wrong. And all the experts who say Mark Golding is this and Mark Golding is that and Mark Golding is that, we need to think carefully what we're doing and what we're saying here. Because the law made no stipulation as to a man's birthright, citizenship by birthright. The law said nothing about that. So we are also stripping him of his citizenship by birthright. Not only are we stripping him of the citizenship of the country, asking him to give up that allegiance to British citizenship, but we are also stripping him. So if he refuses to give up that, we strip him of the citizenship here. That's what I'm saying. And if he's stripped of the citizenship, it means he cannot be Prime Minister. But he can serve as an MP. He can serve in the lower house, but he can't be a Prime Minister. That's so much for that. So much for that. I lauded a program hosted by Cliff Hughes, and I think Dr. Kevin O'Brien Chang was on it, and another lady I alluded to earlier. I don't remember her name, but she was the lady who explained the situation about the situation of politics, where it's coming, and just a section of this Cliff Hughes. I want to highlight, go into a section of your discussion that day. And you guys were talking about the 70s leading up to the 80s and the nature of our politics back then. The violence, the amount of people that was killed and all of that. And that's true. A whole lot of people. Third generation after that would know. Second generation might not know. The first generation will know. You understand? But generations after that might not know. And you guys said a good thing. They need to be educated. Someone needed to be documented these things, document these happening, and let them know, and put it out there for people to know. Public knowledge. People must be aware where the politics is coming from. Because a lot of these people now who are second and third generation, coming out of that generation of people, have lost grandmothers, grandfathers, great grandfathers, uncles, and all these things, nephews and cousins in back in the 80s. The political violence. You understand? So they need to be told the truth so they can make better decisions for themselves. I agree with that. Another thing that was raised is that, the panel was discussing, along with Cliff Hughes, politicians who were shot, who got shot, who died, and all of that. And Cliff Hughes, you mentioned a man from East Rural St. Andrew, Roy McGann. I'm going to be honest. I was happy when that man died. It's not a good thing to rejoice at a man's death, but I was happy when he died. Because as a young man growing up, that man turned my life upside down. That man turned my life upside down. And I can say this now, without fear, favor, ill will, or malice. That man personally threatened me to my face to kill me. that man threatened me to my face to personally kill me. Him and the Black Unity gang existed in Bull Bay, 7 miles at the time. Threatened me to personally kill me. So I just want to put that out there, that narrative out there, Cliff Hughes, because let me tell you something. You guys can talk all you want to talk. Respect you to all of you guys and your on whatever knowledge you have on issues, but there are a lot more issues out there, a lot more knowledge out there that you don't know. And I'm saying all of this, even on the very topic you guys are discussing, there are a lot more other facts out there that you don't know about it when it comes to politics. And I'm saying all of this because I've said this from the very first day I launched this YouTube program. This is not about getting into the art of the politics, accusing JLP or accusing PNP. This is about awakening the conscience of my own Jamaican people so we can come to understand clearly the politicians that's taken us for useful idiots. They have hijacked the rights of us as people from the very process, from the very time we are going through the process, drafting the articles of independence. That was taken away from us. They left us only one thing to do, to vote them in, vote them out. Vote for them or not vote for them. And from the day we got our independence, our politics created division. The structure that we put in place, the political structure and culture that was established from day one, was one of a divisiveness. The family break up, family don't eat from family more, part of family are labor right and part of PNP and them not eat from one another. But nobody benefits in that regards. And I'm glad you guys brought it up. I was happy to hear you guys talking, Cliff Hughes, that the history of the politics need to be taught to people, need to be brought up, documented, and let people become aware of what is happening. Because it's critical. It is critical. You understand? And it's time for us to know to farm and find solutions to our problem. We can blame PNP all we want to, we can blame JLP all we want to. But none of them is going to make the changes. We the people are the change agents here. We are the change agents. We have to make sure we are the ones who's going to create the change. Not them. Not the PNP, not the JLP. None of them is going to create that change for us as Jamaicans. We have to do it ourselves. And like I said, it's wonderful hearing from you guys, Cliff Hughes, Kevin O'Brien, and all of these people. And that lady, I don't remember her name. Wonderful. And the gentleman who was sitting beside her. I don't know if he's Dr. Daz, the one who was sitting beside the co-hosting. I don't know if he was, but it's wonderful to hear you guys now are saying something out loud. And you guys have more weight, more authority, and more listenership than I do. And I'm glad to hear you guys are jumping on the bandwagon. It's a people thing now. It's not a politician thing no more. This is a people thing now. This is us now. Not the politicians. I started out on every video I dropped on this channel, on this platform, every video on this YouTube platform, I'm saying the same thing. We the people are the useful idiots. From the day we got independence, every rights, every little privilege, every little autonomy, every little thing that should be given to us was hijacked by the very PNP government at the time. And I'm not afraid to call him. David Core was the one who said where the power must go, where the authority must go. So we were left with nothing to just tag along, to go along to get along. That's what we become until we now become useful idiots. And we have been useful idiots from day one until today. And it's not going to stop if we don't put our foot down. I'd like to also say something or address this issue because politics in Jamaica is what it is. But I can only speak of Jamaica because Jamaica is my home. Jamaica is the place that I love. Jamaica is where I was born. But basically, what is happening in Jamaica is happening right across the world. It is happening across the world. Now, if people are reading and listening to international news and all of these things, you will understand and see that politics politics is slowly taking a different turn. It has taken a different turn. It has gotten worse, more corrupt, more personal, more violent. The MPs themselves are getting more violent against each other. But what is also happening is that the people are now rising up in protest against corruption. The people now are rising up in protest against hardships. The people are rising up now in protest against suffering, the struggle that they have to bear on a daily basis. People are rising up in protest against the lack of opportunity, cost of living. People are rising up quietly in protest for a better way of life. A better way of life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of my part 1. I got a lot more in part 2 to come up. It's going to be a lot longer video than this. So I want to use this opportunity to say to all Jamaicans, stay blessed, stay strong. Because there's something here. Something here. This old constitutional reform, I haven't touched it. And I'm not finished with the dual citizenship issue. But there's another issue that's as equally of importance. The church and state separation. Religion and politics. Separation. And there's a reason why they separate them. There's a reason why. Let me say this clearly. Or hint at it clearly. They separate them as a means of power and control in their different ways. In their different ways. The church is here predominantly to win souls for Christ. The politician is here to the politics is here to win votes for the common government. For the most popular government, I should say. Not the common government, the popular government. That's what they're here for. Who are they using to achieve this? Who are they using to achieve their mission statement, and their vision statement? People. People. The same people who go to church, same people the politician needs to vote for them. The same people are voting for the politics. The same people the church need to support them. One takes money from you to grow. The other one takes vote from you to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, let me stop it here because I really don't want to give away my hand on this. I've done a little bit of research on these issues myself. I'm really going to come to court it. I know I may get a lot of kickback and negative vibes, but I don't really care because I'm not here about popularity or who knows more than who I would. That's not my thing. My thing is to just share my opinion as I have it. Just put it out there. And if it makes sense, it makes sense. I just want to ask you all, whoever listens to this program, listen to my posting, don't be afraid. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when the next video goes up. Give me that thumbs up or that thumbs down, whichever one you like. If you want to ask something or question something, just jump in the comment column, say what you have to say. I'm not, I'll be happy to read comments and respond to comments. Brother Light from the Anti-Corruption Committee. Definitely, sir. I don't know where you guys office are, and I'm trying to get a local. I'm making contact with a couple of people to find out exactly where your office is and telephone numbers, because I think, Brother Light, that committee and that organization can be the springboard for meaningful changes in Jamaica. Especially now them talking about constitution reform, but we have to ask the question, constitution reform for who? Constitution reform in what way? To what extent? You understand? We now need to get these answers. And people, as common people, we need to get a seat at the governance table too. We don't need to sit in budget debates and all of these things and have our contribution budget. No, but we need to understand clearly what is going on. And by doing so, I mean, we need to have things on the ballot. We need to have the opportunity to put things on the ballot that we need to vote for. The country vote for it. Because I know PNP and JLP will come together and support good things for the country. That is the voters, not the politicians. They won't do it. Brother Light, if anyone hear this thing and know someone who knows someone who knows someone, and reach out to Brother Light, just tell them, Lennie Robbins, Know Your Politics at Lennie Robbins YouTube 92 YouTube platform. Yeah, I was trying to reach out to them, and I lauded you and your organization, Brother Light. So, blessed Jamaica, blessed one and all. That's the end of part. This is the end of part 1. We got a lot more to come in part 2, ladies and gentlemen. Keep watching. Stay tuned. Lennie Robbins out. Watch what they do. Stop, look, listen, and learn. Watch what they do. Thank you.